So, do you own a Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera like the 4K, 6K, 6K Pro, or even the new full frame 6K camera? Well, today I have 5 must-have accessories for the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera line. These items will be varying in budget, but I will try to provide an accurate price for each item on screen. So without further ado, let's get into it. So first off in our list is a very important piece of equipment, and that is a cage. This is a Pocket 6K Pro with a small rig cage, which costs around £90. This price may vary depending on which pocket camera you have, but the reason it is so important is because firstly, it protects our very expensive camera here in case you were to drop it any other way than lens down like this. As you can see, the cage runs all the way around the outside of the camera. As you can see, this one is a little bit beat up, which means it has been doing its job correctly. Secondly, they offer a ton of different mounting points, which runs all the way around the edge of the camera here. And also underneath, there are plenty more tripod mounting plate points, including 1/4 inch and 1/8 inch screw mount holes. Another couple of sneaky features on this small rig cage include this hidden Allen key down here, which can be used to tighten bolts. And there is this little hidden SSD drive holder here, which is mainly used for Samsung T series SSD drives. Which brings me perfectly into our next item, which is in fact an SSD drive, which you can see fits perfectly in our slot down here. I do believe this slot was originally intended for Samsung T series drives. However, this SanDisk Extreme Pro fits in there perfectly. You can pick these SSDs up from anywhere between £80 to £200 depending on which brand you go for and the capacity that it is. This is a SanDisk Extreme Pro 2TB model, all of which can be used to record directly onto from your camera via this little USB-C port on the side here. These drives are perfect because they offer a larger storage solution that is also more cost effective than CF Express cards, and it means you can plug these straight into your computer and edit from the drive itself. And thirdly, we have something that I think is absolutely essential for this particular line of cameras, and that is a Vmount battery, because the battery life from the NP F series batteries is terrible and only lasts 20 to 30 minutes if you are lucky. You can purchase the battery grip for these cameras, which holds 3 NP batteries, but I think it just adds way too much bulk and still doesn't last as long as a V-Lock battery. So this is a Swit 95 watt-hour battery, which costs around £150, and these can last up to 3 hours for me personally. Here's a picture of me shooting a recent short film with one of these mounted to my RS2 Pro, and across this whole day I only used 3 V-mount batteries for the whole 10-hour shoot. You will need to purchase a D-tap to 2-pin cable like this one here, which sets you back around £25. Additionally, you will need a V-mount plate like this small rig one, which costs £35 to £40 in order to mount it to gimbals or shoulder rigs via screws or 15mm rods. Coming in at number 4 is something that I think is not necessarily essential, but it is something that opens up a whole new world of possibilities for you and your camera, and that is an EF mount adapter. What I have here is an EF to Nikon F mount adapter, and it cost me around £20 from K&F Concept, which I think is an absolute steal, as it has allowed me to mount all of these amazing Nikon vintage lenses to my 6K Pro, which I really enjoy shooting with, as it provides such an amazing vintage look to your new digital footage. Obviously, you can find different adapters depending on what lenses you want to adapt to your camera. However, it is important to know what mount your camera is, because some of the Pocket 4Ks are Micro Four Thirds mount, and obviously the new 6K full frame is an L mount, so always check which adapter you require. And the final accessory for your Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera is a decent monitor. This here is the Portkeys PT5, which costs around £120, and it is so compact but really powerful. The Portkeys PT5 is powered by the same NP F series batteries used in the Pocket Cinema camera line, which are now probably obsolete if you're using V-Locks like myself. You can also power the Portkeys via a DC adapter on the side, and it is important to note that you have HDMI in and HDMI out on the side, which is great as they are full size instead of micro or mini HDMI. The reason that I've included this in the list is because I believe that it is definitely a must-have for the Pocket Cinema camera line, due to the fact that the screens on the backs of these cameras only tilt, and in the case of the 4K and 6K, they don't move at all. So it is great to be able to put your monitor on your top handle, for example, or in front of your face when using a shoulder rig, as the screen ends up being sat behind your ear when mounted on a shoulder rig. A bonus item that pairs really well with the monitor is a magic arm like this small rig one here, which costs around £50 and basically allows you to position the monitor anywhere you like. So that concludes my list of essential accessories for the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera line. To recap that list, firstly we had our cage, then our SSD drives, a Vmount battery, any and all EF adapters, and of course our monitor. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and hopefully you will consider purchasing some of these items for your Blackmagic cameras. But to be perfectly honest, a lot of these items will still pair nicely with other brands of cameras. Please do check the compatibility before you purchase anything. If you do have any other suggestions for items that people should be pairing with their Blackmagic cameras, please leave a comment in the comment section down below. But thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.